All right, let's hit the comma key again. Go to the end of your light box here. Let's go to the sim plane in ring. Go ahead and hit no. And we're experts by now, so we'll be able to fly through this one. But essentially it's going to ask you again, press collision volume. We already know what that means. So basically we have our plane selected and anything else in our scene is going to be collision volume. So we're going to go down here and turn collision volume on. Or you can hit recalc if it's already on, so you make sure you're recalculating what's available in your scene. And this time we're going to hit BCK to grab our brush, narrow it down to the C brushes, and then K to select cloth hook. And we'll get more into what these individual brushes do, but brush cloth hook to start with. And it's going to tell us to turn off on brushed and also make our draw size 300. So if you tap S in your document here, or you go up here to draw size, and you can just tap and you can say 300, enter. And now you should be able to grab a piece of this and just pull it right through the ring. However, we've changed some options. So let's set this self-collision down to 0, and I think firmness at 3 is probably the default. So we'll go ahead and leave that in there. Let's set gravity back down to 10. And we still can't quite get it through. I mean, we can kind of try and force it through here. And I think it'll keep working if we keep pulling. But one thing we can do that I think will help is if we go up here to firmness and we drop that down to, like, say 1, that's going to give it a little bit more of a cloth-like consistency. And like we mentioned before in the previous video, if you move it too fast, it's not going to give it enough time to calculate those relationships. But if you just kind of go through here and you kind of gently pull it through, it'll give it plenty of time to calculate those relationships and give you nice wrinkled results. You can just continue to kind of pull this cloth right through that hole and have it interact and calculate and create wrinkles. And you're controlling it. You're not passing gravity through here. You can if you want to. Right now, if we have floor collision turned on, we have gravity turned on. If we run this right now, it's just going to fall to the floor using gravity. However, let's go ahead and turn perspective off, and then let's undo that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my camera, just hold down shift, and we're going to snap it so that basically it's pointing this way, and we're going to do set direction, and that's going to turn gravity to go in this direction. And now no matter where my camera is now, gravity's always going to be in that direction. So now when I run the simulation, it'll actually run through. Now it's running a little bit fast, so like I said before, up your simulation iterations and or drop your gravity strength, and that'll give it more time to calculate that collision volume, and now it'll go ahead and use gravity to kind of pass this through. So one more time, let's keep our gravity a little bit lower, we'll crank up our simulation iterations, and we'll go ahead and just allow that to kind of nicely, dynamically generate gravity on this mesh and have it pass through that loop. And what we mentioned before in the previous video, if we go to BTC, which is transpose cloth, now as we use transpose, it'll go through and you can use transpose to kind of push this object through. And also, like we mentioned before, we can actually, hold down Alt and change that axis on our gizmo here, and we can shrink this down a little bit too. We can kind of scale that cloth in, and then we can kind of push it through. And again, speed's going to determine. If you just go through really quickly, it actually did okay in that case. But you can also slide it as we're iterating. See how I'm squishing it in, but then as I start moving this, it starts kind of pushing out again. That's also going to be a bigger factor when we have self-collision on. It's really going to look at those edge relationships on this mesh and go, I need to maintain our surface area. So I'm going to kind of start pushing out a little bit as I'm simulating. So I can actually just wiggle this back and forth, and it'll start pushing out on itself. But I can also go through here, and it'll start colliding with this volume and eventually end up going through this collision mesh.